please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Ding dong merrily on thighs. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I've been making it a point, to keep an eye on the dainty queens for this month anyway, because on one hand you have someone living in Kuwait, living out their best life. Sarcasm signs not required, you all know I'm taking the mick. And then we have another one living her best life in Wisconsin, minus a cat. I thought what we'd do is have a little look at a recent video from Amber concerning a potential interview with CNN, because this is a dangerous one. I'll start by saying if you shine a light on yourself and YouTube take notice, based on their own terms of service, there is a chance you, the person who shone a light on it, could meet a, let's say, negative consequence, like reduction or loss of monetization, because certain content is seen as ABUSIVE towards yourself. That's why mukbanging content isn't as popular as it once was.
Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas. So this is like a mini Vlogmas. If my vlog is only 3 minutes long, then it's only 3 minutes long. There's gonna be no expectations at all.
Spoiler, she's released at time of recording on the 3rd of December 2 videos and they're both really short. Now, for Amber to get the most out of YouTube in December, she'd have to release 20-minute videos. With the views she gets, she really needs to make longer videos because she doesn't get enough viewership or ads from those smaller videos to justify it. But I assume what she's doing here is not about making shorter content so she has to work less. She's looked at her analytics and gone, my retention is only the first 5 minutes. So I'll make 5-minute videos thinking everyone's going to watch the entire thing. I think you'll find that 5 minutes with a 20-minute video will go down to 1 minute 25 with a 5-minute video. We all have to concede defeat when we make longer form videos. I am no exception to this. Just make the longer videos, you lazy cow. And go find your cat.
But you will be seeing, regardless of the length, one video from me from December 1st all the way to December 25th.
I swear at this point the only people who make money on your videos are those that criticize you, because you don't make them long enough. So those that comment on you, hi, will make longer videos, therefore we get more ads if we're monetized. So not me.
So I was actually supposed to have an interview yesterday with NBC. As you guys know, I actually told you guys about it, where I declined the offer to do the interview. They actually saw my video where I spoke about it. So they reached back out to me and they wanted to do the interview. And I was like, yes, of course I'll do it.
So how long do you reckon it'll be before this interview doesn't happen, isn't broadcast? Those that claim to have done it get doxxed or something. It's kind of a thing with Amber. She'll say something nice is going to happen that benefits her in some way, and give it a few days, maybe a week or two, Amber will cancel it maybe the day before it was alleged to have happened, citing her audience haters as a reason for why it never happened.
So it's an NBC article about girl world, Nikocado avocado, fat phobia, fat shaming, and YouTube monetizing that.
I'm glad we're early on in getting to this point, because this is an important one. You are not the avatar of such a discussion that should take place. Not least because you are super morbidly obese. You are closer to 600 pounds than you are 500 at this point. You are not the right person to talk to because you make money from being overweight. You legit benefit from it. Articles like that, even if it was just released in the sooner state, would reach other people, other voices. It would be shared with YouTube, who would then in turn look at your channel and go, okay, we need to revise your monetization. Now, as a chance, because you mentioned world and Nikocado avocado, but more notably world, that it would actually harm them as well. And that could be seen as a net positive for you, but actually it would be a net negative, because without them, your irrelevancy would crash even harder. You could include me here as well if you like. To be honest, I don't really care enough. I think it's dangerous to take part in an article like this discussing what you dub fat phobia, because it's subjective based on you, someone who is super morbidly obese, someone that does not endorse fat acceptance, because you've done that before, Although you might be a hypocrite now, opinions do change over time. You yourself acknowledge that with other nonsense I put in the end-of-year reviews. So it's always possible you do endorse this. Body positivity is one thing, but fat phobia is a tricky one. It's a way of pigeonholing many different perspectives concerning what it means to be fat and phobic. It gets murkier when you introduce people who themselves don't truly understand. Typically, they are the ones who are themselves super morbidly obese.
So I'm extremely nervous. This is the first interview that I ever said, yes, I will do. I'm so nervous, my stomach hurts.
Are we sure that's not because of guilt because your cat at this point has still not been found? Or perhaps hunger pangs? Maybe you want some Chinese? There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not going to make it. Because, believe it or not, I'm not that crass.
But I'm going to do great. I know I am. Just think positive thoughts for me, please.
As you can see from the like to dislike and the comments, no. No one's putting you in their thoughts in a positive way. And yes, my comment got a little bit of attention. I'm somewhat surprised. I thought I was blocked from your channel.
But yes, the interview was supposed to be yesterday, but they contacted me and said we had to reschedule, so it's going to be happening today. So, the nervous jitters. You guys, my interview is in 15 minutes, and I am just, like, so nervous. A part of me wants to be like, okay, never mind, let's not do the interview. But you know what? I need to be like a grown woman and just do it. Do it, do it, do it.
You are a grown woman in her early to mid-30s that is codependent on having a girlfriend at all times to care for her, while you continue to do literally nothing and have done so for at least 4 years. At least, by the way, if we want to be pedantic and insert all the previous girlfriends we could, but if you look at the years as they went by, she became less active with each girlfriend. You are a grown woman who can barely keep down or keep active with her current job. You're a grown woman who can't be asked to get up and go and find her cat, because let's face it, with that interview, whenever it was filmed, let's assume it wasn't in December because knowing you, this was more than likely end of October, you should be looking for your cat. Your priority should be there, but it's unlikely you're doing that. And I'm going to keep harping on about it because while people will say, but she's exhausted her options, clearly not. Because if she had, she would have found her cat by now. She should be out there at all times until she finds that cat. Oh, but it's only a cat. You put that in my comment once. I'm inclined to get my cat to take a dump on your face.
Like, it's genuinely time that my voice is heard. Huh, baby girl. Yeah, love you.
Bish, your voice has been heard for years. And as time has gone by, with you doing literally nothing but repeating the cycle and failing at every single diet because you never bothered to change your lifestyle, you only did a diet and then took semaglutide cheat codes and failed at that twice, you are never being not heard. You're just losing your audience now because you've got nothing left to offer. I honestly believe, by the way, you only think this will help you get some viewership, like the Belgian contingent of early 2023, which was hilarious, because they're not here anymore, are they? I wonder why that is.
You guys, the interview is over. It was 40 minutes long and honestly went so good. The journalist was super kind and it just made it like really easy to talk to her. She said there might be update questions and she might just send them in a text message. And she also said that the article won't be published probably until like the end of December. I don't know. I feel like there was so much I could have said, but I didn't want to just like ramble on and on. But as I sit here, I'm like, damn, there's so much to be said.
So yes, Amber World and others can in fact breathe a sigh of relief that this article won't come out until the end of December. And yes, of course, the moment I get my hands on it, I am definitely going to do a video on it. Because the idea of Amber being an authority on fat phobia is amusing. Speaking about Nikocado Avocado's weight loss journey without knowing how he bloody well did it is amusing, especially considering she has failed at every single attempt she's ever made in 10 years on YouTube. In fact, she's 200 pounds heavier than when she started. And speaking on World or Hater Nation is amusing as well, because in reality, she knows she needs them. So if she speaks down to them, it's just going to create more content to prove my point.
Either way, great interview. I'm glad that that was my first interview that I ever said yes to. In 11 years. Wow.
Anyone want to put odds on Amber nervously laughing her way through things and oversharing a bit too much and turning the interview into basically something about herself the entire time? If I do end up doing a video at the end of this month or early January on that article, do expect me to replay this clip because I predicted it. And yes, my thumb just clicked.
I don't understand. Beginning of this video, I was wearing earrings. Where did they go? I have no idea.
I feel like you put that in there as bait because people would draw a comparison between you not being able to find your earrings and you not being able to find your cat. Just thought I'd highlight it. It's a bit obvious. As a segue in this video to try and pad it out, Amber does a Amazon haul of sorts. Because of an ornament being broken, she decides to buy 2 from the same seller that both arrive in large boxes. And who does that? Oh my god, these boxes, they're insane. That's what she says, by the way. I've sped the video up slightly. There's a little tongue-in-cheek remark here about a pickle, but we're gonna play that. Yeah.
So we got the little pickle. So it's a tradition that you hide the pickle in the Christmas tree and then you have to find it. While Tommy's at work, I'm gonna hide it in the tree and then she's gonna have to find it.
Under any other circumstance, this would be interesting, I guess. The thing is, Amber's talked about the CNN interview right at the start, meaning everyone's got what they wanted out of the video. She's then padded the video with some Amazon packages, because she's set that up at Tommy's now, by the way, guys. She's totally not living in Wisconsin, but she's got Amazon stuff going there now as well. Do expect in the near future a Torrid haul and a Try Hard U haul in the not so distant future. Maybe even a new cat haul. Is that too soon?
Go find your cat, you smeghead.
I forgot it was Vlogmas, folks, and I've already had 3 of my sushis. This is a meal that I have been loving lately. This is Connie salad, which is just like an imitation crab. And then this is just crab sushi pretty much. And I'm telling you, like, this has just been like one of my like fixations lately. And thankfully it's not like an unhealthy fixation by no means.
I would agree that it is not an unhealthy fixation if it were not for the fact your head looks discernibly larger than what it did at the start of the year. If it were not for the fact you are clearly getting bigger. You can try and fob it off now and decide no longer the weight loss journey. You are settled Lynn Reid. You're getting comfy Lynn, lazy Lynn, non-tent Lynn Reid. Any other Lynn Reid you'd like to insert here, put it in the comments. Funniest one gets pinned. Please don't violate TOS to put it there though. The point is, you can enjoy these what you fob off as a meal, but let's face it here, based on how big you're getting, and I say getting because you're getting bigger, this is an hors d'oeuvre. The real meal is in a bag near you.
Like my last fixation was Tootsie Rolls. That's not the greatest, but this one's so good. Oh my god. Why is that so good? And then it also has like some sort of, I want to say panko on top. And then I just add a little bit of soy sauce.
Oh, would you look at that? My pause game found us the thumbnail image. Victory is ours! It's interesting you went with this as a thumbnail because you'd had to have chosen that, as it's quite far in the video. You'd have had to have chosen it, which means you're back to doing this for clicks. Which is not, remotely surprising since you follow this up with a clickbaity title for another video that is also really, really short. I'll get to that soon, don't worry. Now with this non-tent Vlogmas content, yes, I started with non-tent ended with content, she ends with a Q&A concerning her Billie Eilish gig thing. Talking about waiting in line for an hour, which I don't believe, doing far too many lip smacks between every single question, not a joke, and talking about the fact that during the concert she was sat on one side and then on the other side, which led to many believing she was switching seats with Tommy. To be honest, I thought she'd switch seats because I was looking at the people on the other side of her and the hair didn't match up, but it's always possible people change their hair slightly. Ultimately, it's completely inconsequential, much like most of the questions she answered. She's been very selective with what non-tent to put out, and intentionally so. If you're able to make a 5-minute video, you are able to make a 15-minute video. This video is so short, you did literally nothing. These are recorded in sporadic gaps between you doing sod all. I don't know what it is you do between videos, but I know it's not producing or thinking of ideas to make videos. And that is the problem for Amberlynn. She's not doing anything. Truly not doing anything. And now she's found a way to make it even less, because during December she can make just as much. If all you're trying to do is phone it in, you are racing yourself to the bottom quickly. That could be for your health or it could be for your channel. You can look back on your channel and say, yeah, but I got a play button. It doesn't mean much when people go to then look you up and see what you are. A walking contradiction. A dainty queen that did absolutely nothing with her time and made content doing non-tent. There are many other types of channels and formats that put in vastly more effort than you do and get less views. But they can be proud of what they do because at least they bothered. One day, I hope that gets into your remarkably thick skull, you smeghead.
Mary Moistmas. Ew.
Maggie Moistmas.
Oh, moist. Oh, moist. Oh.